Hello, I'm Professor Christina Gonzales from the University of Texas, Rio Grande Valley in Edinburgh, Texas. I'm from the Department of Physician Assistant, and along with my colleagues, Lisa Kuhn and George Vera, we'd like to bring you this poster presentation. Our poster is titled Diagnosing the Future, AI-Driven Clinical Scenarios in PA Education. Now, we are all professors in the PA department at UTRGV, and we teach in different phases of the curriculum. I teach in the didactic phase, and my colleagues teach mostly in the clinical phase of the curriculum. So I'd like to take an opportunity to guide you through our poster so that you can get the most out of it. Now, at a glance, you can see that on the left-hand side over here, we have the didactic AI in the classroom, and on the right side, we have the AI in clinical education. Kind of in the middle, at a glance, we can see some of the highlights of the poster. We also have this QR code here in the center where you can kind of follow along with me on your own device, and there's some hyperlinks you can click to see some better examples. All right, so our poster again is titled Diagnosing the Future, AI-Driven Clinical Scenarios in PA Education. Now I'm going to take you through some of the ways we've utilized AI in our didactic education. So here's a quick glance at our poster if you wanted to read it on your own, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of zoom into some of these portions and we can take a look at some examples. So this is an interactive presentation. Hopefully you have it up on your screen so that you can kind of click through and see them pop up on your screen. Every one of these is a hyperlink that you can click and look at examples of. So I have been using AI in my classroom for about a year now, a year and a half. And every class that I get, I try to figure out how can I utilize AI in this scenario to both help me facilitate and also to help my students learn. So the first activity I wanted to share with y'all is an interactive role-playing scenario. So we actually used AI bot to within the classroom to create a patient-like scenario, so where the students could ask the chat bot questions as if they were their patient and try to figure out the diagnosis and treat the patients. It kind of mimicked a real world encounter. And so we thought it was really fun. We did that. Another example that we did was AI generated case-like videos. So I started playing around with a platform called InVideo AI. And what it does is essentially take a script that I create and make a video for me using stock footage and AI dialogue to create a video. And so I created these case-like videos that simulate kind of patient presentations, and they prompt the students to listen to the video, watch the clues, and kind of put the pieces together. And one other thing that I did was using AI to help me generate clinical cases to give my students examples of what each case or diagnosis would look like in a case scenario. So I typed it into AI. I said, hey, can you help me create some cases for all of these diagnoses? And then I just kind of had to tweak it here and there. So I was able to create a presentation full of real life cases that my students could follow through on their own, and it helped them kind of tie together the book knowledge with what they would recognize in their patients. The interactive role-playing scenarios that we talked about, I gave video instructions which showed the students how to interact with the chatbot and to start the role-playing scenario. I also gave a template for what to enter in so that the chatbot knew how to react and how to play along with the role-playing scenario. And with this, you could click these hyperlinks. They'll take you to the video demonstration that I did, the template of the document that I used for my students, and also the results. So results, I mean that they're actually, after I gave this activity to see if it was helpful to the students, I gave some a survey to them so that I could see how effective it was. So we can look at some of the results of that in a minute. The second one that we talked about, the AI generated case videos, again, I used InVideo AI as the software to help me create these videos, and they're called quick case reviews. Each video took me approximately 5 and 10 minutes to create, whereas a normal 1-minute video would probably take me close to an hour to create if I was to create it from scratch. So this really cut down on my time and helped me create innovative ways to teach my students. And if you want to take a look at that, you can click here at this link. Last but not least, the AI generated clinical cases. Remember, I used ChatGPT to kind of help me create these cases, and then I put together a video of me going through the cases so the students could kind of follow along. And if you wanted to take a look at that video, I have it here on my YouTube channel. Lastly, if you want to get excited about this and you want to start using ChatGPT, this is an area where you could go create your free account and get started. As I mentioned earlier, I did collect some data on the in-class activity I did with the role-playing scenarios with ChatGPT, and here's just some baseline statistics from it. So overall, the majority of the students would rate the activity as excellent or above average. Only 7% said average, and none of the students called it below average or poor, which I thought was really effective. It was nice to see that. I also looked at, would you be interested in participating in similar ChatGPT activities? I would say that the majority seem interested. Only very few percentage of students were not interested in participating again. To what extent did the activity contribute to the understanding? I think you can tell here that the majority of them, it did help them with the understanding of certain clinical presentations. And then last but not least, did you find that it was a valuable use of class time? The majority agree or strongly agree that it was a use of class time. And so I think in the future what I might do is assign this as more of a homework assignment, so the student could work, let's say they have to do at least 5 cases a night for the week, and then we'll regroup on like a Friday and talk about the cases that the chatbot came up with. I think that might be a better use of class time. So that being said, I also got some qualitative feedback from the students, which is all very positive, and I'll let you go ahead and read that on your own. So moving on to AI in clinical education, I'll let my colleague Lisa Kuhn take over.
I'm Professor Lisa Kuhn. As Professor Gonzales discussed, AI can be used to develop a variety of clinical cases. We can make these cases specific for each of our required rotations during PA school. Our students do rotations in emergency medicine, family medicine, internal medicine, pediatrics, psychiatry, surgery, and women's health, as well as an elective rotation, which can cover a broad range of medical specialties. This allows instructors and students to dig deeper into a particular topic as they work through a case without necessarily having a live patient present. Faculty use AI to assist with the development of scenarios that they use in the summative OSCE. An OSCE is an objective structured clinical examination in which the student must gather a history, perform a physical examination, work up the patient to identify a diagnosis, as well as develop an appropriate treatment plan. AI has significantly decreased the amount of time required to develop these cases. It has helped with the consistency in cases and in instructions that are given to both the student and the patient. However, we must be cautious and always, as we use AI, that we proofread the output of information to make sure that it is correct and accurate, because we have found that AI is not perfect. In this slide on AI prompt engineering, you can watch a short video of Professor George Vetta discussing how we went about using AI prompt engineering to help us redesign and improve an existing assignment that we had used last year. And we could upload the assignment and ask our bot how to improve it. And the more information that we put into the bot to clarify what we meant and what we wanted, the better our assignment got with the feedback that the AI bot gave us. You can simply click on the link right here in the red oval. We have included our references here. We used ChatGPT to develop our materials and help train our bots. The in-video AI was used to edit our videos, and you can watch samples of the videos that were created. They are all posted on YouTube by clicking each of the links here. We encourage you to do so and hope that you find those useful as well. And ultimately, what we learned is that using AI has really helped with efficiency and standardization across didactic as well as clinical education. It has improved our proficiency in developing cases as well as diverse scenarios, and it has enhanced the simulated patient experience by having consistent, clear instructions for both the patient as well as the students, and makes the interaction more meaningful for the student.